talking a little more about other statements in C#. The one that we are going to cover is called as a conditional statement. For example, in the real world example, if you wake up early in the morning, then you have more time towards throughout the day. If you wake up very late, you lose time, right? So this is a branch. So if you do an action, something else happens. Otherwise, something else happens. So this is basically what we are so used to that we use every single day. If you catch the bus, you will reach your destination. Otherwise, you have to go home. Stuff like that. So this is also available for us as statements in C#. So you will be able to use a condition to evaluate a variable or an expression and then take an action if it is true or some other action if it is false. So here is a simple W3 Schools. That's the website that has tutorials for C# and everything. It's much more simplified than when you look at Microsoft site. So that's why I pulled it up. So when we talk about if conditions, the first one is if statement. When you say if statement, so you say if something is true, then you execute all the block of code inside the curly braces. So that is one format. So this is the one we are going to look at right now as an example in a code. This is my week 2 demo 2. Okay, so let's think of a simple problem. Let me write the problem statement here. Add two numbers if the sum is more than 100, display a message. Otherwise, do nothing. So let us say that this is the problem at hand. Okay, so we are adding two numbers. So which means we have to first get the numbers. So these have to be proper cased, camel cased. So these are things we learned from the prior videos and lessons. So we want to enter one number, then another number. So when we ask for a number, we have to capture it. So we capture it and save it to a variable. We capture the second number, save it to another variable. Okay, so now we have two numbers. So we captured a number, we are saving it. So the thing is, these two are going to be string. We have to convert them to integers. So var num1. Okay, let's call it int num1. Call to convert dot to int 32 of x. So now we have number 1. This is number 2 where we convert y. So this is when we have two numbers. So we are saying we have to add the two numbers. So let us say we add two numbers and save it to a sum. So the tool we used here is the arithmetic operator we have discussed earlier in this class. So we are using that and we are saving it to a variable called sum, and it is going to hold only values of type integer. Okay, now what is the condition? If the sum is more than 100, display a message, sum is more than 100. Otherwise, do nothing. Okay, so now we have to think about what is in our toolbox. In our toolbox, we have this condition, which is only if a condition is satisfied, we have to do something. If the condition is not satisfied, we do nothing. So this is a perfect tool to bring in for our situation. So all we say is if condition, do something. So always when you write these statements, especially for a language, you have to adhere to the syntax of that language. So if followed by the parenthesis, two parentheses, open and close, and then the curly braces. You have to always put this before you write specific code. Okay, think of it as a template. So what is our condition? The condition is if whatever is following if is the condition. Sum is more than 100. Okay, how do we normally in arithmetic check for something is more than 100? So we use the greater than sign. So we will say if sum is more than 100. Very similar. So this is the comparison operator. So we have the greater than, less than, equal to, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So these are all operators that are available for us to use. Okay, so the greater than operator will tell you if a sum is greater than 100 or whatever it is, the less than is as it is, equal to, when you compare if two things are equal, you should not use the single equal to. The single equal to is an assignment operator. An assignment will change the value. When you're comparing two numbers, you don't want the value of the numbers to change. You are just checking to see if they are the same. So we use a double equal to compare two numbers and see if they are equal. Then when you have a condition saying like if something is less than or equal to, then you use this sign. Greater than or equal to, you use this sign. Okay, for our condition, sum is greater than 100. So we give a message. Okay, so what happens if this is not the case? Nothing happens. No, nothing else happens. Do nothing means you don't write any code for that. So let's run this. So enter a number. So let me pick a big number. Another number is 90. So it tells me sum is more than 100. Let's run it again. Enter number 1, another number 2. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened because we have no code when sum is less than 100. Okay, so what if we keep adding to this? If sum is more than 100, okay, if sum is equal to 100, display sum is equal to 100. Okay, so if you have the condition, so when it is more than 100, we took action. If it's less equal to 100, what do we do? So how do we do that? Do we write another if condition here? Do we say if sum equal to 100? Note again that I have used the double equal to. So let us say if sum is less than 100, okay, so you can have 3 different conditions like this, right? So we are only using the if conditions in this situation. We are not using a else condition. So that let's look at that. If we go down here, the else statement. The else statement is if this condition is not true, what are we supposed to do? That is the else condition. So this is the block of code. So here's the block of code. So the first portion is we saw just the if condition with the comparison operator. So let us say that we have another criteria saying if sum is equal to 500, we have to divide sum by 2. Half the sum. Okay, divide sum by 2. Otherwise, divide sum by 3. If we have this crazy condition, If the sum is equal to 500, divide the sum by 2. Otherwise, divide the sum by 3. If this is the condition, there is a else clause here. Anytime you say otherwise, that becomes an else clause. Okay. So we have if and we have else. Okay. So this will be covered. The if will be covered here. The else will be covered here. Else does not have a condition here. We don't have the parenthesis here because else is anything that is not in the if condition will go to else. So if sum equal to 500, okay. If sum is anything other than 500, then we'll do the other part of the code, okay. So let us see. So we said sum divided by 2. So we have to divide sum by 2. So I want you to take a minute and think about it. Is this going to change sum? When you do sum divided by 2, does that change the value of sum? No, because just by using a variable, you cannot change its value. You are just peeking into what is inside sum and dividing that, and then you're not putting it anywhere. So if you want to save it back to sum, if you actually want to like half the sum, if you want to really divide the value of sum, if you had 100, now you want it to become 50. You want to change the value of sum. There is only one way to do it. That is by using the assignment operator. You take what is inside sum, let us say 100, divided by 2, it becomes 50. You have to put it back inside the sum variable. Think of it as a cup. The only way you can do it by using the assignment operator. Okay, this is the only way the value of sum will be changed. Otherwise, it will not be changed. Else, what happens? Else, the sum value is divided by 3. Let's see what's the current value of sum. You know what? We can even write it outside. So anytime we are doing the same condition inside two if conditions, we can rather put it outside. We now want to see what happened to sum. Okay, so now I've tested all these conditions, so I don't care. I am only going to test these conditions now. So I have to have value of 500 and one value without 500. Let's run this code. So if I give 500, 500 and 0, sum is more than 100 and 500 divided by 2 became 250. So that is what happened. So this now line 38 got executed. So I got 250. Now let's say